The world's most advanced stealth fighter jet just got even deadlier. Israel didn't announce it. They didn't hold a press conference. They didn't ask for permission. Quietly in the shadows of classified hangars, Israeli engineers began modifying the F-35 into something uniquely their own. New systems, new weapons, new intelligence capabilities. And when it finally flew its first real combat mission, the results caught the attention of military analysts worldwide. This isn't just an upgrade. This is one of the most fascinating stories in modern aviation history. And most people have never even heard of it. After years of operating American-built aircraft, Israel made a strategic decision that would shape the future of its Air Force. The Israeli Air Force, known for its high operational standards and technological focus, wasn't fully satisfied with the off-the-shelf version of the F-35. They identified areas where they believed improvements could be made specifically tailored to their regional security needs. Working through official channels with the United States government and Lockheed Martin, Israeli defense planners began the process of customizing the aircraft. They named their version the F-35I Adir, which means mighty one in Hebrew. It was the beginning of a remarkable aviation development story. What made Israel's situation unique was the agreement it reached with the United States government. Most countries that purchased the F-35 were required to operate it in its standard configuration. Israel, however, negotiated specific provisions that allowed it to integrate certain domestically developed technologies into the aircraft. This arrangement was made possible through years of close defense cooperation between the two countries. It was not a simple process. It required extensive coordination, technical reviews, and approval from American authorities. The agreement reflected a high level of trust built over decades of shared defense partnership. Israel was given an opportunity that no other F-35 customer in the world had received at that time. One of the key areas Israel focused on was electronic systems. Israeli defense companies, including Elbit Systems and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, have long been recognized for their expertise in avionics and electronic warfare technology. Under the customization agreement, Israel was permitted to integrate certain Israeli-developed electronic systems into the F-35I. These systems were designed to work alongside the aircraft's existing capabilities rather than replace them. The goal was to give Israeli pilots better situational awareness and more effective tools for operating in the specific threat environments found in the Middle East region. This kind of specialized integration required enormous technical effort and close cooperation between Israeli and American engineering teams. Israel also worked to integrate domestically produced weapons into the F-35I platform. Among the weapons reported to be compatible with the F-35I are Israeli precision-guided munitions from the Spice series developed by Rafael. These are GPS and electro-optical guided bombs designed for high-accuracy strikes against fixed targets. Israel also integrated the Python 5 short-range air-to-air missile into the aircraft's weapon systems. These integrations meant that Israeli pilots could operate with weapons their own defense industry had developed and that Israeli ground crews were already familiar with maintaining. This reduced logistical complexity and allowed the Air Force to operate more efficiently within its existing supply chains. Another significant aspect of the F-35I program was data connectivity. Israel invested in linking the aircraft to its broader national defense network. This meant the F-35I could share and receive information from other Israeli military assets, including ground-based radar systems, surveillance platforms, and command centers. This kind of networked operation is a growing priority for modern air forces around the world. When aircraft can communicate in real time with other systems, pilots gain a significantly clearer picture of the battlefield. For Israel operating in a complex and fast-moving regional security environment, this level of connectivity was considered essential to making the most of the F-35I's capabilities. In May 2018, Israel became the first country in the world to use the F-35 in operational combat. Israeli officials publicly acknowledged that F-35I aircraft had participated in combat missions, making it a historic moment in aviation. It was the first time the fifth-generation stealth aircraft had been used in real operational conditions by any air force anywhere in the world. Israeli military officials stated the missions were carried out successfully, while specific details of the targets and locations were not fully disclosed. The announcement itself sent a clear signal to the defense community. The F-35I had moved beyond testing and training and had entered the world of real operational service. Since entering operational service, the F-35I has been used in a number of strikes that Israeli officials have either confirmed or acknowledged in general terms. Israel has conducted operations against weapons transfers and military infrastructure in the broader Middle East region. These operations have been carried out with a focus on preventing the transfer of advanced weapons to groups that Israel considers threats to its security. The use of a stealth-capable platform like the F-35I allows Israeli forces to operate with a reduced risk of detection compared to older aircraft. Defense analysts have noted that Israel's operational use of the F-35 has provided valuable real-world data for the entire global F-35 program. Range has always been a critical consideration for the Israeli Air Force, given the geographic distances involved in potential missions across the region. Israel worked with American partners to ensure the F-35I could meet its operational range requirements. The aircraft's existing fuel capacity, combined with aerial refueling capabilities, gives Israel meaningful reach across a wide area. Israeli F-35I jets are also supported by the country's network of intelligence-gathering assets, which help identify targets and assess mission results. This combination of aircraft capability and supporting infrastructure makes the F-35I a central pillar of Israel's overall air power strategy for the foreseeable future, according to Israeli defense officials and independent analysts. The Israeli experience with the F-35I has drawn significant attention from other countries operating or planning to operate the aircraft. Defense analysts and military planners from allied nations have studied Israel's approach to customization, integration, and operational deployment. Lockheed Martin and the broader F-35 program office have also benefited from Israel's operational experience. Real-world flight data and mission experience provides insights that simulations and testing alone cannot fully replicate. Several defense publications and think tanks have noted that Israel's willingness to use the aircraft in active operations has contributed to a better understanding of the F-35's real-world strengths and areas where further development may be beneficial. The story of the F-35I Adir is ultimately a story about how a country uses strategic relationships, technological investment, and operational experience to build a capable and modern air force. Israel identified a platform it believed in, negotiated the terms it needed, invested in meaningful customization, and then put the aircraft to work in real conditions. The lessons from this program are relevant not just to Israel, but to any nation thinking seriously about the future of air power. Defense capabilities are built through long-term planning, strong partnerships, and a willingness to invest in technology. The F-35I Adir stands today as one of the most operationally experienced fifth-generation fighter programs in the world. If you learned something new today that you hadn't heard before, then this video did its job. Pass it on to someone who is genuinely interested in aviation or defense history. Subscribe so you never miss a story like this one, and leave a comment telling us which part of the F-35I program you found most interesting. We read through every single one, and it helps us know what to cover next.